What's up guys, Nathan here. For those of you that don't know, League starters are builds that are designed to level smoothly, scale easily into maps, and clear all content with little to no investment. In today's video, I'll be going over the top League starters for Path of Exile Harvest, so if you're not sure what to play, you've come to the right place. But before we get started, I have a couple of caveats. First of all, GGG is heavily reworking the passive tree, and due to this, all of today's builds need to be updated before they can be easily followed. Once the Path of Building community fork is updated, I'll be including my own League start friendly pastebins for every build featured in today's video. And one more thing, just because the starter you want to play isn't in this video does not mean it's bad. Play what you enjoy because that's the build you'll be most likely to push to endgame, which will help keep you motivated to accomplish your early League goals. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. Toxic Rain Mines. In Harvest, mines have been slightly nerfed as a result of GGG's efforts to pull back on all the critical strike multiplier available on the tree. Skill choices such as Ball Lightning, Fireball, and Arc will still be strong, but not quite as dominant as before. Luckily, Toxic Rain has managed to completely avoid this shortcoming. Toxic Rain has been a strong League starter since its inception, as it scales primarily off gem levels and attack speed. Mines allow us to bypass the latter, turning the skill into an absolute monster on any budget. Additionally, being able to place a dozen mines before a boss becomes vulnerable means huge burst for a dot skill. The guide I'm featuring is TheWizzd's Toxic Rain Miner. TheWizzzard has sections explaining the mechanics of Toxic Rain, the benefits of mines, and breakdowns for each gear slot. As an added bonus, Harvest might allow for easier crafting of plus socketed gems bows, which would make this build even easier to scale into endgame bossing. Blade Vortex Chieftain. Following the trend of builds unaffected by crit multi nerfs is the good old Blade Vortex Chieftain. This build is extremely well rounded, offering fantastic bossing, clear speed, and defensive layers. I personally started with it back in Metamorph and can safely say it was responsible for my first Awakening level 8 Cyrus kill. The one supposed drawback of this build is the leveling, because unfortunately, the Marauder does not have easy access to efficient spell damage or high amounts of dexterity. However, you can simply kill Hillock as a Templar, mule over the Purifying Flame you get as a quest reward, then rush Avatar of Fire and Elemental Overload for a passable leveling experience. It's no hollow palm, but it'll get the job done until you can pick up Blade Vortex in Act 6. As for a guide, we have a few options. Firstly, there's Hunter Key's forum guide, which focuses on showcasing an expensive, crit-based bow version of the build. Secondly, there's Mathel's most recent Chieftain video, which although expensive, is a bit closer to what a League starter would look like. And lastly, you can check out my build diary from Metamorph, and I will of course be including an updated pastebin specifically tailored to the recent skill tree changes. Volatile Dead Spellslinger. Volatile Dead has always been strong, and triggered Volatile Dead is the smoothest way to play it. Usually this requires expensive toys, such as cast-on crit setups or Poet's Pens, but thanks to Spellslinger, this playstyle is available on any budget. Spellslinger is a relatively new support that was added in Delirium, and it's quickly become a build-defining tool for softcore, hardcore, and SSF players alike. Like most triggers, it lets you avoid significant cast speed and mana sustain investment, while also allowing you to harness the weapon damage of your wand for additional scaling opportunities. Once properly set up, all you have to do is hold down one button and your screen gets covered in corpses, explosions, and heat-seeking balls of fire. There are a number of ways to build Volatile Dead with Spellslinger, so I'll be linking a few different resources. The safest choice is probably Zizzarin's life-based version, as he has several videos documenting the iterations it went through over the course of Delirium. Next up is Anseen, whose name I'm probably saying wrong, but they created a detailed and well-written guide more geared towards softcore trade. And lastly, for those of you with deep pockets, this low-life max block forum guide written by Zhang offers a fantastic take on min-maxing the build. Fireball Ignite Trickster. It's no secret that I'm a fan of Fireball, and with its most recent suite of buffs, I finally feel comfortable pitching it to you guys as a top-tier League starter. Friendship ended with Essence Drain, now Fireball is my best friend. If you haven't seen my build guide for it, here's how Fireball Trickster plays. While clearing, you simply click once and melt several screens in a large frontal cone. For bossing, you drop Orb of Storms, toss out your fire trap, and watch any stationary target burn away. It's no Blade Flurry Berserker, but you can easily push over 1,000,000 Shaper DPS with just a couple of 5 links. The only drawback of this build is its reliance on cluster jewels, but luckily, none of the most desirable notables were touched. This includes Blowback, Cooked Alive, and Burning Bright. You may have to delay these cluster setups until you can afford them, but once you can, they will continue to offer huge amounts of power. I'll be updating the pastebin and adding notes to my personal build guide before Harvest goes live. Redemption Sentry Spectres. Last but not least, we have a build that I fully expected to be killed by patch notes, yet somehow, here we are. Redemption Sentries may not be the easiest Spectre to acquire at League start, but if you put in the extra effort, you'll be rewarded with the strongest and smoothest minions in the game. Like I already mentioned, the challenge of this build is its early game. You'll need to level with Summon Raging Spirits and Skeletons all the way until maps, rush the corners of your Atlas for Conqueror spawns, then grab your Spectres. You can also grab Solar Guards in Act 8, but they won't be very strong until your Race Spectre gem gets some serious levels. The process is a bit annoying, but with enough investment, you'll be able to get Awakening level 8 Cyrus kills that look like this. If you think you're up to the task, I'll be linking a few resources in the description below. The first is Gazzy's most recent Spectre Summoner build guide that focuses specifically on Redemption Sentries, and the second is Kay's Spectre Summoner, which provides a more general overview of the archetype. If you're a fan of minions and you've never tried Redemption Sentries, trust me, give these Spectres a shot while you still can. And that about does it for the video. For those of you asking for slams, brands, and war cries, don't worry, I hear you. I'll be putting out my experimental starter list soon. This video was just for the best of the best, so for those of you less interested in taking risks, I hope you found it useful. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Nathan, and I'll catch you next time.
Goodbye, not a cockroach.
Thank you to my Patreon supporters, Real Human, Zikrak, Squally, Zoljan, Koda, Julia, Alan, Kepler, Sparky Cat, Heiser 801, Kyle, Logan, Ice Dude, Ginzik, Anonymous, Alex, Orangina, Marius, Bombfair, and Lloyd. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for supporting me. If anyone else is interested in joining my Patreon team, you can check me out at patreon.com/NathanBrotherBob. Or, if you have a Twitch Prime laying around, you can also give me a quick little sub over at Nathan Brother Bob, twitch.tv/NathanBrotherBob. That is every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. Central Time is usually when I stream, although my schedule is super messed up because of League start. And if you don't have any monies to give me, that's cool too. You can check me out on my Discord, top right hand corner there. You can follow me on Twitter at NathanBroBob, or you can follow me on Instagram at NathanWalkerYT. So those are all cool. I'm really tired. I'm gonna go to bed. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all hopefully in my experimental League starter video coming very soon.